Hey, everybody. Welcome to Drunkards Walk, the podcast. My name is Matt Hartman. I am one of the hosts of Drunkards Walk. And if you've never listened before, welcome to you. And if you have listened before, welcome back. It's good to see you again. How have you been? Good? Good. Excellent. What? No? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope that things start to get better. Oh, they already have? Because you're listening? That's so sweet. Thanks. Well, listen, I would love to talk to you more and really catch up, but we got to get started with the show here because I have to introduce the other host of Drunkards Walk. Why, it's Jethro Nolan. There he is.
Hi, Matt. Are you doing okay?
I'm great, Jethro. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You usually don't have so much of a dialogue with the audience at the top of the show. I was worried that perhaps you were hallucinating or something.
You know, what it comes down to, Jethro, is one of my favorite things to do on stage is crowd work. And I felt like I should start doing it here because I feel like I'm good at it. I mean, you heard that stuff. That was gold, what I just did. So
yeah, if improv is known for anything, it's crowd work.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean,
huge part of the deal.
Absolutely. And I feel like I'm helping that grow. And you are helping by yes-anding what I'm doing. So I appreciate that.
Occasionally I do that, and you're welcome for the rare instances in which I forget to be automatically cantankerous about things.
Yeah. Well, and I forgive you for that. But
Thank you.
What? How have you been, man? Have you had a good week? I mean, we're recording a good month and a half before this actually comes out, so it's almost Christmas. I mean, it's getting there. We're only about 12 days away. The 12 days of Christmas are after, I guess, but we're the 12 pre-days of Christmas. How's everything going for you?
I mean, it's just hectic, holiday shopping, all sorts of stuff. I'm a big solstice guy. Me and my coven will get together and we'll burn some sage and just cleanse the spirits and whatnot. So really looking forward to that.
You got a lot of sage, do you?
Oh yeah, so much sage.
I see. Do you collect it like locally from where you are, or do you?
No, we have it imported.
You have it imported. Okay, because they don't probably have it around where they don't. It doesn't grow where you are, I'm guessing.
That's right. It's a sage-free zone, so you gotta.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
narrow down the old list of possible places.
No sage, or at least not as a native plant, I suppose.
There you go.
There we go. Excellent. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Things over here are going just swimmingly as well.
Excellent.
Last week we had the wives on.
We did.
That was a lot of fun. We once again, actually not once again. We did not win this time, but we didn't lose. We once again did not lose.
Hooray!
But that was an exciting time. But now it's just you and me. So I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, I know that we're going to go from one random topic to another through Wikipedia, only following the links on the pages. But how are we going to know where to go? You know what I mean? Because without anybody else here, it's weird.
Well, Matt, you're never going to believe this, but just like, I don't know, 100 or so episodes previously, there's another person on the Zoom call who can provide that information.
I have got to start looking at the bottom half of my screen.
You really do. You really do.
Wow.
Hey guys, don't worry. I was just hiding in the corner,
Hey,
it's Brett. It's Brett Bavar. Brett, how's it going, man?
It's great. I'm glad to be back. Been a while.
Delighted to have you.
Good to see it. Gosh, yeah. How long has it been? It's been at least a couple of seasons, maybe
since Ilvis, I think.
Was that the last one?
Ilvis, and then we did Professor Marston.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Yes. Professor Marston.
Professor Marston. That was back in season 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So you're back. How have you been for the last 2 seasons?
I've been all right. I've been mostly still recovering from isolation and getting back into kind of normality. Finally starting to visit the theater again. Excited to see what's possible there. Maybe I'll start getting on stage again someday soon.
Oh, that's and cool. that theater, of course, is the Arcade Comedy Theater in downtown Pittsburgh, the first nonprofit theater. We can't say only anymore, apparently. We can only say the first, is what I'm told. I don't know where the other one is, but there must be another one somewhere.
Is it perhaps where Jethro is now? I don't know. I heard he moved away.
I did move away, and there are nonprofit theaters near where I live.
Oh, hold on. I got to write that one down too.
Yeah, that really narrows it down.
Backboard. There we go. Yeah, most theaters are for profit. I know.
Yeah.
Most of them. At least any of the good ones. Am I right, guys? Yeah. High five. Okay.
Hooray for capitalism. Yeah.
Yeah. There must be for profit theaters.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big ones. Certainly.
Okay. I was making a joke because I thought maybe there weren't, but I guess there are. I guess a lot of theaters are for profit, aren't they?
Yeah. Second City's for profit.
It is? No, they don't do that. Not just out of the goodness of their heart. There.
No, they do nothing out of the goodness of their heart.
I don't know. The last show I saw seemed like it was coming from the heart.
I'm sure that's because the corporate titans squeezed it out of the talent.
That's right. There's a lot of blood on the stage, which is
there really is. That's why they got to turn the cast over so much.
That's right. Because they need more blood, much like the vampires of old. So, Brett, have you done anything of note aside from recovering from isolation? Has there been anything that has really stood out to you in the past? What do you want to call it? Year or so?
Sure. Well, my family started opening up again, and 3 of my family members at different times have all gotten COVID, and somehow, despite not isolating from them at all, I have not had it once. So I think I might be immune. I have a perfect immune system or something. I don't
know. That sounds
congratulations.
Good. Yeah. That's congratulations on that. You should get tested, and we should develop a vaccine from you or something.
I mean, maybe I'm Typhoid Mary. I'm giving it to everyone else. I don't know.
Just a carrier. Perfect. That's what I love to hear. Oh, excellent stuff, man. Well, again, we really appreciate you coming back and being here, but I hope that you have brought along with you a topic suggestion for us to travel off to, because we know that we're going to be starting at Weird Al Yankovic, but we're not sure where we're going. So you got something for us?
I sure have. I've been sitting on this one for most of this year, just waiting for you guys to ring me up. So this one is, I'm very excited about this. I just went down the rabbit hole on this for quite a while ago. This is subwoofer. Okay. That's like subwoofer, but with an L before the F, like subwoofer. Okay.
Okay. So there's still 2 O's.
Yes. Subwoofer.
Okay.
All right. So I found out about this when I looked into, for the first time, kind of the competitors in the Eurovision Song Contest this year.
Oh,
you
okay.
Familiar with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I am, so yes. My wife is from the UK, so Eurovision Song Contest is a big deal over there.
Yeah. So contest happened in May, 40 countries competing. It's a huge deal on European television. And one of the competitors this year is called Subwoofer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They are a bizarre musical comedy duo. Okay, so I guess you're going from musical comedy to musical comedy today. Hopefully,
this might be a short one. We'll see.
Yeah, it might be. They wear black business suits, but underneath are like these yellow alien costumes. Okay, they look kind of like a cross between a wolf and a bat. Okay. They have this backstory, right, that they tell everyone that they're aliens from the moon. And they're the most popular musicians in the galaxy. They've been performing for billions of years.
Okay.
Behind them is like a DJ who's just like an astronaut. And he supposedly discovered them on the moon and brought them back to Earth to take over the music scene on Earth. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And they didn't win, but they went viral in Europe. And when I looked up Eurovision, I just was hooked, right?
Gotcha.
So every competitor in Eurovision enters one song into the competition, right? Mm-hmm. And their song was called "Give That Wolf a Banana," right?
Sure.
It includes lyrics like, "Before that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana." Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. A goofy dance break, and the whole thing is like way catchier than it ought to be. And it's not the only song they've done. They've continued to keep up this persona ever since then, and have put out additional singles, including some parody covers of some other songs, like Dragma, a cover of Justin Bieber's Baby, which is about like a sexy drag queen grandma.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
Everything they do is about wolves, grandmas, bananas, and space in some way. They just are like super committed to this bit that they've been doing this entire year. they've released some other songs, like one about peaches, where they're likening them to the butts of sexy grandmas, like howling, and which some scary grandmas are hunting down harmless wolves, and so on and so on.
Wow, this is real out there, man. I mean, this is, you gave us a kind of European musical comedy act before with Ylvis, I feel like, and now you're back with more. Now, where would Subwoofer come from?
This is where it gets really interesting, right? So I went down the rabbit hole. Lots of people have been going down the rabbit hole, or maybe the wolf hole, as it were.
Sure.
Trying to figure out, who are these people? They had to win a national contest first, right, to make it into Eurovision. And the one they won was called the Melody Grand Prix, which is in the country of Norway. Okay. Which is, this is a musical duo from Norway singing goofy parody songs about animals, right? It's got to be Ylvis, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's got to be, yeah.
But they've been so committed to the joke and to these personas that they haven't admitted, and people have tossed around lots of other theories that maybe they're just heavily influenced by Ylvis, who's very popular in Norway. So I've dug down there's lots of speculation, like there would be for like an episode of The Masked Singer. And I'm convinced that they're probably Ylvis myself.
Okay.
Because it feels like their style of humor, kind of singing about wolves, goofy dances, all that kind of thing. But I don't know if we'll ever know for sure, because they're so committed to this secretive sort of mystery that they're making of all this.
Wow. Well, this is fascinating. I mean, just if it is them, it's fascinating just for no other reason than it just is. But the fact that you gave us that suggestion before and now you're giving us this is a fantastic full circle type of thing, potentially.
You seem to have a very very specific niche interest in European comedy duos.
I like surreal comedy, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that is awesome. Now, here's what I'm going to ask of you. And I don't know that we'll need this or not. And Jethro, you may lose your mind because I'm changing rules here, kind of. I am going to ask, if you don't mind, over the next couple of minutes or so, while we discuss this a little bit, if you could think of a second topic, just in case, since we're going from Weird Al Yankovic and we're going to a comedy musical act, there is a chance that may be like one link or two. Would you be willing to give us a second topic just in case, so we could then go to that topic? Do you have something else that you could think of that would be a good thing? Or
we don't want to cheat the listener out of a full hour plus of Matt and I arguing over
actually, honestly, it's because our last two episodes were both pretty short, right? And I do feel like we do owe them. We owe them a little bit, just a little bit, Jethro.
We owe them nothing. They get this for free.
Well, I guess that's kind of
true. Anything, they owe us. Patreon.com.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go to Patreon. Yeah, that's a good idea. What do you think, Brett?
Yes. So another submission I know that I submitted to you guys a while ago is a game that I enjoy very much. It's called Gloomhaven.
Yes.
This is
I think Brett froze.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was me.
Oh, hey, Brett.
You're back now.
Lost you.
Yeah, we lost you. We heard Gloomhaven, and then that was it.
All right. So Gloomhaven is the sort of biggest and most well-rated board game in the world on BoardGameGeek.com. It is a huge box. Think the size of, think the footprint of Monopoly, but sitting like 5 Monopoly games on top of each other. So that size in one box. It plays sort of like a D&D campaign without needing a game master. And I've been playing this with my wife over the course of the last few years, off and on, at times several times a week, at times less. And it's just been so much fun and so interesting for me. I just really love that kind of extended cooperative storytelling and gameplay, and I'd highly recommend it.
Now, what do you prefer, the Brute or the Mage or the?
You played.
Oh my goodness, yes. They have an online version on Steam, which I play remotely with friends of mine from all over the country all the time. So,
I've played a number of different characters over the course of the campaign, for sure. I was fond of the crap. What's the name of the little rat type again? The mind something, right?
Yeah. See, now I've only played several characters, so I don't remember. But
I've been on a few other characters since then, but I really enjoyed playing as that little like kind of mind controlling rat.
Yes, I know what you're. Is it the Tinkerer? No, it's not the Tinkerer. It's it's one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I cannot think of what it is actually called from off the top of my head. But I love that game. It is very fun. It is incredibly infuriating, and the number of times that I have picked the top of two cards, I can't even tell you. Like I turn them over and I'm like, no, oh no. And for those that haven't played, it's the mechanic is that you get to put pick two cards out of your deck, but you can only use the top of one and the bottom of the other. And so if you're thinking that you're going to use the top of both cards, you're not. And so you're going to be in some trouble. But yeah, it's a great game. I totally agree. Jethro, have you played Gloomhaven at all?
All I have to say at this point is nerds.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
there's pride in that here.
I've not. I don't have the ambition to play a game that requires that much setup or effort to learn. I just don't have it in me.
Yeah.
So Jethro, after sitting through my long explanation of alien wolf music, you waited until now to call me a nerd?
No, see, that's the thing is like an alien wolf comedy music duo from Norway. Like that's my kind of nerddom. So therefore it does not qualify as worthy of ridicule. It's only when somebody's nerddom does not overlap with mine that my judgmental side comes out.
Yeah, and that's totally fair. But this is great. That's a great second destination. We may not use it, but if we do, that'll be a really fun one to go to. But I think this subwoofer, having never heard of them, they are certainly intriguing, and I'm excited to see if they are very closely related to Weird Al, or perhaps not as closely as we think. Certainly a possibility as well. So
excellent.
Yeah. Well, before we let you go, Brett, we are going to ask, we oftentimes, as we are walking, have a little drink as we go along. Are you drinking anything tonight?
Well, I did finish my 2-liter bottle of Bird Dog whiskey. So today, for the first time, I'm drinking something different. I am drinking a guava flavored LaCroix as I'm trying to improve my health. And it's quite good, actually.
Is it guava flavored? I don't know that I'd even be able to identify the flavor of guava if you asked me to.
I'm not sure you could after drinking this either, right? It's the hint of guava.
It's fairly distinctive, if memory serves.
Is it guava is a distinctive taste?
Yeah.
Could you describe it?
No, it's been a long time since I've had it, but I remember, and I'm also a picky eater, as they say. So I remember having it in an earlier phase of life and really not liking it. So
okay. And so then no need to go back.
There you go.
Jethro, how about you? You having a drink as we start our walk here?
I'm glad you asked, because I'm just about done with it.
Okay.
I have a tiny little bit of Woodford Reserve left, and I'm finishing the bottle off tonight.
Nice.
What about you? What do you have?
I have a new one here that I brought along. This is an Ezra Brooks cask strength. It's a special limited edition, 60% alcohol. It's got barrel numbers. It's got the date the barrel was filled on it. It's real special. It was an inexpensive cask strength, but it does the job. It's very good. It's very tasty. And if you're into those high alcohol bourbons, I would recommend the Ezra Brooks cask strength, assuming that they make more of it. Like I said, it says special limited edition. I wonder if that's true, or if it just is a way to get people to buy stuff.
Yeah, it's limited to how much of it they can sell.
Yeah, it's probably the case. But if it's still out there, try it out if you like that type of thing, because I do enjoy it. I did realize, though, recently that I find myself constantly just saying, it's good. It's really good. It's new. I've tried it and I really like it. And I say that about every bourbon that I drink, except maybe the fake bourbon that I had that one time. So I don't know what to say. I just like bourbon, I guess.
It's what's not to like, first of all. And also, like, liking a lot of things is not a bad thing. Like, you don't have to be, and I fully recognize that I just called two guys nerds for liking something that I like. So hypocrisy noted.
Good.
But yeah, being a positive person who enjoys many things, that's not a character flaw.
No, not at all. And yeah, so there you go. I also find myself when I have a bottle of something, I can convince myself that I like it, because I don't want to just, throw the bottle away or something like that. So maybe that's part of it too. But I think I just don't have a very discerning palate when it comes to bourbon. I like it, but I don't know that big of a difference between them. So there you go. That's my confession to you, listeners, and Brett and Jethro. That's it. So you were here for it. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. Do you want to talk to the listeners directly again?
No, not right now. But Brett, thank you so much for this topic, for these two topics that we potentially use here, and we will see how it goes. And it's great to see you again, man. And hopefully we will see you again in person. And if not, we'll have to have you back in another season or two.
I mean, Jethro will have to come back, or else I'll have to go searching.
That's right, Jethro. You should come and visit us. How long would it take you to get here? Would you say?
I mean, it depends on the mode of transport.
Sure, really. Sure. If you were, let's say, driving,
well, I like to take a lot of breaks, but I also like to speed. So, I mean, I mean, it's going to be an indeterminate length. Also, I might get a flat.
Right.
So many contingencies I couldn't possibly hazard a guess.
Sounds like he's still in the continental U.S., though, I think.
It sounds like that, but I've tried that before, and he's all like, oh, you can take a car onto a boat and all this other BS that he likes to bring up.
Listen,
so
it's not my fault that there are many ways that technology can deliver a body from one place to another.
What an odd way of saying that. Well, anyway, we do hope to see you again soon, man. And thanks once again.
All right. Take care. Have fun.
See ya.
Cheers.
All right, Jethro. So from Weird Al Yankovic to Subwoofer, which, this could be a quick one. And so this is your chance to guess if it's going to be a quick one or not, because you get to write down how many links you think it's going to take. Folks, if you've not listened before, we make little predictions here about how many links it'll take. And whichever one of us is closest, they win the episode for that day. And then we're kind of keeping a tally here over the season. And currently, Jethro, you are in the lead 4-3.
Ooh, so not very far in the lead.
With one tie. We actually had one tie. So, but obviously that doesn't count. So let me write down a number here. I think I'm going to write down this number. Yep. Okay. I've got a number. You got a number?
All right. I got a number.
All right, man. Well, then let's do it. Let's get a walk in here. Straight out of Weird Al Yankovic, looking for Subwoofer.
So it would be remiss of me. So we're recording this the week after the premiere of the Weird Al biopic on the Roku channel. And did you watch it over the weekend?
I did. Yes.
And what were your thoughts?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I found that it had a very similar style to UHF, his movie that came out in 1989. I found, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I think my expectations were low for it, and so I'm not saying that it was bad, but I'm just saying I don't know that I needed it to meet a very high standard in order to like it, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
How about
you? I loved it. I was tickled pink. I laughed the entire way through. I desperately needed something frivolous and light, and it delivered in that category.
Yes, for sure. It did a great job of that, and there were so many other people in it. I think because it was in partnership with Funny or Die, right? Didn't they have something to do with it?
It was definitely a cameo fest.
Yes, it was, but in a great way. Like I didn't have any problem with it being that way. It was a very, very fun, very fun movie. So I highly recommend if you are a fan of Weird Al, you're going to like that movie. I think is a fair thing to say, right?
It's a fair thing. It's a fair thing.
And if you don't like it, if you don't like Weird Al, I don't know why are you listening to this podcast? Honestly, it doesn't feel like you're going to enjoy this pretty much at all.
All right, so how do we get out of here? First of all, huge page for Weird Al, huge.
Yeah, I would say as big as the Beatles.
Bigger than some might say.
Do you think so? Do you think longer than this page is longer than the Beatles page?
Could be. No, the Beatles definitely have a longer page, but this one is very very authoritative and detailed.
It is. And I mean, there are a lot of other acts mentioned on here. Of course, there are the ones that he parodied, but there are also the ones that influenced him. We've got Elton John. We've got Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, which actually is one of my favorite albums also. Stan Freberg's on here, Spike Jonze, Tom Lehrer, Alan Sherman, Shel Silverstein, Frank Zappa, Monty Python. I mean, you've got a lot of people referenced on here. Obviously, those were all predecessors. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking to see if there's anybody if there's any section where it's like, and people who are influenced by him are. I do see Peter and the Wolf is on here, which gets us into music about wolves.
Yeah, a big category, a big category.
Well, it's not. It's very small, so that's the point. Like, it's not too much to get through. What do you think here? What are you starting to see? LASIK. I got LASIK eye surgery is on here, so I didn't realize he actually had LASIK eye surgery, but he did.
That explains why I stopped wearing the glasses so much.
It does.
So I will say this: that like the idea of there's certainly maybe like a parody path that gets us there, but I feel like we just did that to get here, and I'm nothing. Yeah, we went through parodies, didn't we?
We went through. Think so. Oh, we went through copyright, which got us to parody, which got us to parody. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And we've also done. Right. We've taken that path to get to Tom Lehrer. I feel like that's a pretty well-trod path, and I'm obsessed with delivering a fantastic and exciting experience for our listeners. So,
are you okay?
I feel like it might be interesting to aim at maybe the Eurovision Song Contest as a way of getting into our friends in Subwoofer.
Okay.
What do you think?
That's an interesting idea. We would have to find something on here that related to some sort of European band. I do see Devo on here. I want to say that they're not from the United States, but I could be wrong about that. I also see Daft Punk, which sounds like they're from another country, but I don't think they are.
I would guess that Daft Punk is either German or French. I don't know that factually.
Yeah, I mean, their name sounds like it is. I don't know that they are, but I really know nothing about them, so they could definitely be. I don't have a clue. I don't see, but aside from that, I mean, I'm not even halfway down the page though, so maybe I'm going to see. Maybe the Eurovision Song Contest is on this page, for all I know.
Certainly possible.
There are a lot of artists referred to on here. I mean, I'm having a tough time picking an artist that isn't listed on here. I'm seeing Weezer, I'm seeing Eminem, U2, Paul McCartney, Led Zeppelin. Just everybody is on here.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, if we want to get more broadly out of the specific niche comedy of Weird Al and just into music more broadly, we could click on one of the big popular acts that he parodied.
We could, yeah. I mean, personally, I don't think that that's the way to go, because I do think that there's, I think that there's, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that Aaron Paul was Weird Al in that movie. I didn't realize that was him.
Who's Aaron Paul?
Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. Do you know?
He was Weird Al in what movie?
In Weird.
No, that was Daniel Radcliffe played Weird Al.
No. It's Yankovic, played by Aaron Paul, is seen hiding his weirdness from his parents. Wait a minute. This isn't.
What the hell are you reading?
Eric Appel produced a Funny or Die movie trailer for Weird. Oh, so this is a separate thing. They made a trailer for it before the actual movie was made.
And Weird Al was played by a different actor.
A fictional biographical film that parodies other films based on musicians. Yankovic, played by Aaron Paul, is seen hiding his weirdness from his parents, Gary Cole and Mary Steenburgen, making it big using song parodies with the help of Dr. Demento, Patton Oswalt, falling out of love with Madonna, Olivia Wilde, and falling into alcoholism. So they made So this movie was made from a trailer that they made as a joke.
Gotcha.
I had no idea that was the case. I think that makes it even better.
Okay.
That's fantastic. So I don't like moving away from comedy music because it doesn't seem to make any sense to me to do that. We are in the genre that we need to be in. Why would we move away from it in order to come back to it?
I mean, sometimes you gotta break the rules, Matt. That's all I gotta
say. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I don't think that's going to be our shortest path. Holy cow, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are on here. Gosh.
I guess the challenge that I would have to that is that Weird Al is probably, of the comedy music genre, probably has the longest Wikipedia page. So if we were to go to somebody else, we'd very likely have a smaller page that we'd be going to. And this is a really very specific group that we're trying to get to that I don't think is going to have a lot of, I mean, if nobody knows who they are and there's really only the one song that they're known for, like, I just don't know that they're well enough. Because had you ever heard of Subwoofer before Brett mentioned them to us?
No, I had not.
Okay. But with the Elvis, we had heard of What Does the Fox Say?
Well, we'd heard of the song. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I guess my point is that these guys are such a tiny bullseye that I don't think that we're necessarily going to find them directly through our friends in the musical parody business.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, so like what I wouldn't go through, because I'm just noticing he's got like awards and nominations down here for like best comedy recording and things like that. I obviously wouldn't go through something like that because you're going to wind up in a bad place, right?
Absolutely.
Because they're not going to be on any kind of list of winning awards at this point because they didn't win Eurovision Song Contest even, right? He said, didn't Brett say that they did not win?
No.
So
they did not. Much to the contest's shame.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but yeah, potentially. Gosh, he was in a lot of TV shows. Holy cow. I did not realize he was in Amazing Stories in 1987, which I think is fantastic.
So what do you like if you don't like?
Well, I'm still going through the page here, man, because I mean, like I said, like there might be a link to the Eurovision Song Contest on here that I want to go through. You know, there might be a link to this band on here for as far as I know. I'm not seeing it. And I don't think that there is. Epic Rap Battles of History is on here. He was Isaac Newton in Isaac Newton versus Bill Nye, which I kind of want to go watch now. But probably not any links through there. And then we're done. So yeah, I don't know. I really thought that we were going to have, is there a link for something like comedy music? Or, I mean, you're right. I don't want to just go through parody. How about comedy songs? There's a link for comedy songs right near the top.
Well, you know where there's probably a lot of really interesting links that could get us there very quickly.
Oh, come on now. Don't get into that
page in the purple section. No, I gotta mention. So we could go through comedy songs.
Yes, I think that's the way to go.
Although, interestingly, when you hover over the comedy songs link, the picture is the same picture that is at the top of Weird Al.
It is, yes. But I mean, that makes sense. I mean, he is definitely one of the probably the best known current comedy singer, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. I do think that is the link to go through. And I backed down from Jon Stewart a couple of weeks ago. So I'm not going to back down from comedy songs because we could have gone through Jon Stewart and been there, almost immediately.
Well, you know what? In face of such a rock hard position and stand that you're taking,
look at that.
I'm gonna fold immediately and agree with you. Let's go to comedy songs.
Comedy songs. Comedy music is actually what it takes us to.
Very good. It's a genre of music that is comic or humorous in nature. Blah, 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 Ancient Greece and Rome. And then it's got Tenacious D, Flight of the Conchords, Lonely Island, Ninja Sex Party, and The Axis of Awesome.
Ninja Sex Party is the only one on there that I haven't heard of.
I've not heard of either them or The Axis of Awesome.
Oh, The Axis of Awesome has a song called Four Chords. where they sing the lyrics to various songs just over the same 4 chords, because pointing out that all of these songs use the same 4 chords.
Very nice.
So if you haven't heard it, you should, because it's kind of a funny, fun one. You like fun things?
Funny. I do like fun things.
Do you like fun things? Well, then
I do.
Like
I do.
You're gonna like it, my friend.
Well, that's a delightful thing to hear.
So I'm jumping down here to the 21st century.
Good call.
I was hoping to see, we've got Steel Panther on here. We've got Flight of the Conchords. I am not seeing Subwoofer, unfortunately.
What a shame. What a shame.
Yeah. Epic Rap Battles is here again. Ninja Brian. Oh, that must be Ninja Sex Party. Yeah, there you go. 2009. Synth Pop Rock. Okay, well, I don't see them listed there. So that was my hope, is that we were going to find them in there, but maybe further down. Let's see.
Sure, yeah. Let's keep grasping at some straws here.
I love straws. Hey, look, the thing is, you want to just go through like the music industry in general. We're going to be able to get back into there from here. There's a ton of just actual musicians listed on this page. So if you want to still go through there, you'll still have that opportunity. So don't worry. You seem worried. Right. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm very worried. I'm incredibly worried.
Oh, there's Victor Borga. Oh man, I love Victor Borga. He's very, very entertaining. Very entertaining individual.
My God, they have a link here to the Bob the Builder's theme song.
Do they?
They do.
Oh yes, I see it.
It's listed as a novelty song. Is a subgenre of comedy music that is humorous, unique, and original, sounding different from everything else that is being played in the media.
Let me ask you this: are you familiar with Peter Schickele?
I am not. Should I be?
So under parody music, you will see the last line: Peter Schickele composed and performed music allegedly written by the fictional PDQ Bach, the only forgotten son of the Bach family. This is something that when I was in high school band, we found PDQ Bach to be hilarious. And it's this guy, says like, oh, look at these things I found in these. There's albums. And we actually played a PDQ Bach song at one of our concerts, and it's crazy. And they like have you like take your mouthpiece off and play through just the mouthpiece, and it's a fun thing. If you know classical music at all, it's pretty fun. It sounds delightful.
And do you think that's a way out, or are you just mentioning that as an interesting bit of trivia?
I'm just mentioning it as an interesting thing. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing a lot of. I got down here to musical comedy awards, and it talked about the United Kingdom's up and coming well-established artists in the musical comedy genre. I thought we were going to be able to get in through there. No links.
What a shame. What a pity.
I've got no links. So I don't see, unfortunately, I don't see Subwoofer on this page, which I was kind of hoping that I would. Yep. I don't see Eurovision Song Contest on this page, which again, I was kind of hoping we would get something about that, like even if it was just Ylvis, you know what I mean? If we got, because I'm assuming that maybe they weren't involved in the Eurovision Song Contest. So I thought maybe we might get through them and get into music in Norway, but no.
So we could take Lonely Island as a way out.
Oh,
because they do a lot of the music videos, but they also frequently partner with the Justin Timberlake, who is an actual music star. Mm-hmm. And could get us to or there's even links specifically to Dick in a Box, which featured the aforementioned Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's plenty of other like actual performers on here. I mean, I see Snoop Dogg, I see T-Pain. I am sure that there are more, but those are the ones I'm looking at right now. I wonder if there's a link to, if there's any way out of here to the person whose name has just totally left my brain. He is very popular. He's a comedian. He's got the curly hair. He was Elf. His name's Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, yes.
He did a movie in which he was in the Eurovision Song Contest.
I like that.
So I wonder if there's a path
to Will Ferrell.
Through to Will Ferrell somewhere.
Okay.
Tenacious D, Lonely Island, Bare Naked Ladies get you into popular music. Randy Newman. I mean, there's Randy Newman for
Tenacious D gets us to Jack Black, which gets us to Anchorman for sure. Although I gotta say, like they list the Lonely Island guys here.
Yeah, and that's SNL, right? Well, SNL Digital Shorts is listed on here as well.
Yeah, but I figure there's got to be like, there's even a link directly to Jack Black.
Okay.
There's also a link to Comedy Rock specifically, which could be, but it feels like we're just playing with various versions of this type of thing.
Yeah, my concern after seeing this page, my concern is that that's going to be an even narrower page, and so we're going to wind up with a little bit an even bigger problem.
You really think so?
It's a possibility. I was wondering if, so it says the rest of the 2000s movement of comedy rock acts started to take place in Australia, which I think Australia takes part in the Eurovision Song Contest as well, but not 100% sure on that, and I don't know if any of these bands did.
Australia is famously not in Europe. I mean,
it is correct, not in Europe, but I believe that they do still participate.
Why on earth would they do that?
I don't know, and we can look it up later to see if I'm wrong, but I remember something along those lines and being like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would Australia be there? But I could just be wrong. I could be thinking of something totally different.
Of the many ridiculous things you've said,
yes.
The Will Ferrell path does seem viable to me, just because he did make that straight to Netflix movie about the Eurovision Song Contest that we can get to.
He did, and I'm just trying to see if there's a faster route than just going through. I mean, well, what is the fastest route, right? Is it to go through Jack Black? Is it to go through Lonely Island? Is it to go through SNL Digital? SNL Digital Shorts seems to be the quickest to me, because he was definitely in SNL Digital Shorts.
He was definitely in SNL, but like the Digital Shorts didn't start being a thing until the Lonely Island guys came on, which was after Will Ferrell left.
No. The comedy funhouse stuff, that's been around for a year. The ex-presidents and all that jazz.
Yes, but those
the ambiguously gay duo.
But correct, all the Robert Smigel stuff. Yes, that era overlaps with Will Ferrell, but those were not branded as SNL Digital Shorts. That was something that started with the Lonely Island. I mean, SNL has had short comedic films since like the Albert Brooks days.
Yeah.
But the branding of them as digital shorts was specifically to compete / take advantage of viral videos on YouTube. And that's what the Lonely Island guys brought to the table.
Let me ask you this. Do you think novelty song might be a way to go? Because novelty song is linked.
Yeah, but look what their example is. It's the Bob the Builder thing.
Well, there's another one. If you mouse over novelty song, you can see Katie.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
I mean, I think to your earlier comment, which actually I agree with, is that we're only going to get smaller in terms of the things. And again, if this subwoofer is a very obscure thing, then they're not likely to be listed as an example. Whereas I feel like,
what we didn't do this time, we did not ask Brett to confirm that there's a Wikipedia page for subwoofer. We could have another angel on our hands here.
Well, we'll find it out.
We will.
But the good news is we're definitely avoiding this being too short of an episode.
That is true. Yeah, we don't have to worry about Gloomhaven at all. So where do you want to go here? Jack Black? So, you think that's the best path?
Yeah. In 20th Century, we've got Jack Black and Kyle Gass. Either of them will work because they both did movies with our good friend Will Ferrell. So
yeah. I guess my problem. Well, I guess Will Ferrell could be linked on the page, right? So that's okay. So Jack Black then.
Yak Black.
Okay, Yacky Blacky.
Here we go,
folks.
Career, early roles, leading roles, later television roles, hosting work and appearances. So many things.
He did a lot of things.
He's so many things.
A lot of stuff. Yeah,
he's a thing doer. The Jack Black.
He is, and it's interesting, the movies that they list at the top. Oh, have we been on his page before? I feel like maybe we have. Because it says he's in the Pitfall commercial, and I feel like I remember talking about that.
Oh, I don't recall. Like Pitfall, the old arcade, not the arcade game, but the Atari game.
Yes, the Activision Atari game. He was in the commercial. So anyway, I think we've been on his page before. I'm not going to take the time to confirm that, but I'm pretty sure. Do you see Will Ferrell on this page anywhere yet?
I haven't.
Or do you see the Eurovision Song Contest on this page anywhere?
Jack Black also famously not European, so I think
that doesn't mean that he doesn't know someone or talk to people or
that's fair.
Watch things.
That's fair.
Talk about stuff. You don't know.
So many things are possible.
Oh, he's going to be the voice of Bowser in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Is he now? Well, good for him.
What it says. Yeah, good for him. I'm glad he's finally getting some work.
Yeah, I'm delighted that he's actually seeing some.
You very rarely see him do things.
You know what I'm also not seeing on here?
What's that?
Is Anchorman.
Yeah, I haven't seen that listed yet either. I do see the Eagles of Death Metal are listed on here, so that's possibly a way into weird Death Clock.
It's crazy. His full filmography is not listed here. He's definitely in Anchorman, and I am not seeing it at all.
Yeah. Well, that's upsetting.
Isn't it though?
I have gotten to the bottom of the page. Oh, look at that. Oh no. Did you see Will Ferrell's name anywhere by any chance?
I don't think that I have.
Okay.
This is fun.
So this is way worse than I was expecting it to be.
Isn't it?
Well, that's just, you know what, folks, this is a good lesson. And that is that if you get too cocky and sure of yourself, you're going to fail. So don't do that. I'm here to teach you that lesson. I'm not me. I'm a character teaching you that lesson. How's that sound?
Now, I will say that, and I know you think that I'm bringing this up to be a jerk and point out the rule change thing, but under the external link section, there is a square where it talks about he was the MTV Movie Awards host, and it was preceded by Kirsten Dunst and Jimmy Fallon, and succeeded by Sean William Scott and Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
Now, are all of those links not available to us?
None of those links are available to us. Why would you need any of those links? You don't need any of that.
All right. Well, I'm just trying to get out of here.
Well, there's plenty of people you can go out through.
Justin Timberlake, actually a musician. It would be helpful to go through him. But
okay. Well, there are actual musicians also listed on this page. I mean, look, first of all, Tim Robbins is on this page. He's also an Anchorman. You want to take a chance? Take a chance? Spin the wheel and take a chance?
Not really. Not really.
I am just trying to. I'm searching my brain for
trying to get it together.
Something that we can use here. Gosh, there just really isn't anything great. I mean, there are things that we could use to get out of here, but
such as. All right, so give me your bad idea, and I'll give you my bad idea.
Well, I don't. I mean, like I was saying, Tim Robbins is a way to go. Owen Wilson is a way to go.
Are there any musicians on here?
Shirley MacLaine did some singing, didn't she?
What?
What? What did you say?
Shirley MacLaine.
Sure.
They've got a whole section on here for the Richard Linklater movie Bernie, and they never mention the fact that he's in fucking Anchorman.
So Gorillaz is on here. That is a band. A popular band that is made up of animated characters. And I mean, I believe they now know who were the singer, but they sang the song Clint Eastwood was the name of the song. I got you know that song. Dave Grohl is on here. Marvin Gaye is on here.
Ooh, Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl. That's right.
Yeah, that might be the way that we got to Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters are on here. Beck is on here. Dio. I told you before, Eagles of Death Metal are on here.
I'm looking at Gorillaz, and they are an English virtual band formed in 1998 by musician Damon Albarn and artist Jamie Hewlett.
Yes.
So that is 1998, which is the Eurovision Song Contest existed then, and they're in England, which, unlike Australia, is actually in Europe.
True.
Albeit not the Union anymore.
So that's where you think you want to go through Gorillaz?
I mean, we could do Kyle Gass to get to Elf to get to Will Ferrell.
Oh gosh, we should have gone through Kyle Gass. Why didn't you mention that? I totally forgot that he was in that.
I totally mentioned that.
No. You said that he was. I thought you said he was also in Anchorman. Oh no, you said he was in another movie with. Okay,
Will Ferrell.
Well, I didn't realize that it was. I was thinking that you were saying it was Anchorman also, but you're right. He's not in that. He is in Elf. That would have been a good path.
And the nice thing about Kyle Gass is that he's not in nearly as many movies as Jack Black. So
yeah,
it's almost certain that they'll mention Elf in his page.
Yeah, well, that is what we should have done, but we didn't. So here we are.
But we can do it now. This is God giving you a second chance, Matt.
You really want to go through that? You don't want to go through. You don't want to try going through Gorillaz?
No, because I want to get there in this century.
Well, my thought was that Gorillaz is music that is in Europe. Yeah, Eurovision.
I've had enough of your thoughts.
Okay, all right. Well,
because your thoughts are always going through abstract possible connections as opposed to concrete connections, which is what we need to actually get.
All right. So you want to go to Kyle Gass?
I do want to go to Kyle Gass.
All right, that's where we're going. We're going to Kyle Gass. Here we go, folks.
All right, Kyle Gass. Here we go.
Gass.
And look at that. What a beautifully short page. It's got his acting career here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure just any second now I'm going to happen upon.
Oh my God, it's
Elf.
not on here. Are you
yes,
sure?
It is.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Absolutely right
God.
there.
Oof. I thought it wasn't for a second. Yeah, it is. It is. You're right. It is.
But we can at least take a minute to look at the rest of the page because who knows? There might be a better thing that gets us more directly.
There could be.
To our good friend Will Ferrell.
Or to remember, Will Ferrell is just one path. Like I see the Zelt Music Festival on here that's held in Freiburg, Germany.
I love it. And if we were just going on a journey of exploration with no destination in mind, I'd be like, yeah, let's do that. But that's the spin-off podcast, man. That's not we cannot break our contract with the listener. Mm-hmm. Find the most direct route possible.
I guess what I was trying to say was that there was a chance that path was going to be faster than this Will Ferrell path, but you're right. It's probably not.
It's possible, but it's also very much possible that it's not.
I agree. You were looking for other options. I was giving you another option.
Mm-hmm,
Don't you like other options? You like options. Come on.
I like options, but this is ridiculous at this point.
Not an option. All right. Well, I don't see anything better than Elf at this point. The Actors Gang. I don't know. That's the Tim Robbins directed thing, so I don't think that Will Ferrell is going to be involved with that.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
So I guess that's the best comedy rock. I mean, we can get back to comedy rock through here. So
good. It's the page that didn't help us the first time.
No. That wasn't comedy rock. That was comedy music. This is a different page.
Okay.
Remember? That's the one we didn't want to go to because it was too specific.
All
right. Let's go to Elf. Should we go to Elf?
I'm running out of the energy to fight you. I'll find it, but
let's just go to Elf. Come on, let's go to Elf.
Oh, look at that. Will Ferrell's listed on here. Thank God.
He is. That's not at all surprising. Elf Buddy's Musical Christmas. Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing. Elf the Musical is listed on here. I'm just looking real quickly to make sure there's no like Will Ferrell was also talking about making this other movie while he was working on some ridiculous, because what is listed on here is Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World. So
that is a sleeper.
You never know what you're going to see when you look on these pages. So that's why I'm just checking real quick here. Make sure we don't have anything that's better related than just Will Ferrell himself. Mm-hmm. The music is listed on here, so we could go through a music again.
Gary Shandling was offered the role of Walter Hobbs, but declined.
No,
I did not know that. That would have been a very different movie with Gary Shandling in that role.
Wow. Elf Buddy's Musical Christmas is an hour-long stop-motion animated musical television special based on the film and the musical of the same name. While Edward Asner was the only cast member from the film to reprise his role, the rest of the cast included Jim Parsons as Buddy, Mark Hamill as Walter Hobbs, Kate Micucci as Jovi, Rachel McFarlane as Emily Hobbs, and Max Charles as Michael Hobbs. I guess I don't know.
Mark
Gilbert
Hamill
Gottfried.
Mark Hamill does a ton of voice acting.
Oh, he does, but I didn't know that he was in this.
I've never even heard of that. So
no, me neither. There was a Game Boy Advance game of the movie. Didn't know that either. And the British supermarket chain Asda's Christmas advert was centered around this movie. Oh, that's 2022. So Asda's ad is going to be about that. Did you know that in the UK, stores do specific Christmas ads that are like 5 to 10 minutes long?
I did not know that.
So you should go and look them all up because they're amazing. Like they're just these fun little stories that are just in a nice little package, and they are just really well done. So go look up like UK Christmas ads from the past like 5 to 6 years, and you're going to really have a fun time.
All right.
I advise you all to do that. And apparently this year, Asda's will involve Elf, the movie Elf. So there you go.
But I do want to read this one sentence.
Do it. Yeah.
In the canceled sequence section. Canceled sequel section. On September 18th, 2020, James Caan reaffirmed that a sequel was unlikely, stating that Farrell and Favreau did not get along, and his death on July 6th, 2022 made the possibility even less likely. There you go.
Well, there you go.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Thanks for bringing us all down, man.
Let's Will Ferrell this, shall we?
Yes, I believe Will Ferrell is the way to go. He's right up there at the top. He's actually throughout the page, but there you go.
He's all over it. He's really a big part in the movie Elf.
He is what they call the lead, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
There you go.
All right, so let's see. I can't remember the name of that movie. Do you remember the name of the movie?
Furgan Flavor.
No, it's definitely not that.
It's something like that. I'm pretty sure.
Well, we'll see if we can find it here. Does it have his filmography? There we go. And
it does have his filmography?
It does.
Fantastic.
Oh, it has his selected filmography, and then you can click on a main article, Will Ferrell filmography.
No, but the selected filmography does include Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga.
Yes, it does. The Story of Fire. Okay, so before we go to that, though, let's make sure that there's not just a link to, because now that we know the title, is there a link to Eurovision Song Contest? No, well, I'm wondering if Eurovision Song Contest is just linked on this page.
It seems unlikely.
You think so? You don't think that they might talk about the fact that he was making a movie about the Eurovision Song Contest and then link it?
It's possible, sure, but it's not like that was one of his big hits.
But it was one of his most recent movies. So that's why I feel like there's a chance that it could be on here, because that's what people do is they add shit to Wikipedia as soon as they can.
Oh, people add shit to Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I always wonder about the people who are like the first ones to get in there and edit when a celebrity dies to change everything to past tense.
Yeah.
Oh, like who's like not even like the entry that so and so died, in Cedar Sinai on November 8th, 2022, but like the person who's updating all of the verb tenses. Mm-hmm. Like that to me is a very specific niche of like, that's my thing, man. I love making celebrity mentions on Wikipedia past tense.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm looking in the film career section here. And what year was this?
That was 2020.
2020. Oh yeah, because it came out like right, I think during the pandemic. Actually,
that's the only thing that got us to watch it.
And unfortunately, it looks like his film career information in the section it goes to 2016. So they haven't been adding, unfortunately. So we may just have to go through that movie rather than
I love it.
You do? I kind of wish that we just had the link right on this page.
Yeah, I wish that he was constantly mentioning his favorite Norwegian comedy pop duo, Subwoofer.
I mean, his favorite is probably Elvis. Let's be clear.
Are they Norwegian? I thought they were Swedish or something.
No, they're Norwegian. That's the whole point. That's why this is a thing. Are you not paying any attention? They think that it's actually them.
I cannot keep the Scandinavian countries separate in my mind.
That's what Brett was telling us. They think that people believe that it's actually them just dressed up, but they won't admit it because they're so committed to the bit. That's why it's such a big deal that he gave us this topic.
All right.
Are you following along here? Am I catching everyone up? I know it's been a little while since we started the episode, but come on. All right. Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga. That's where we're going.
That's where we're doing.
All right. So I can't even type that all in here.
Bing, bang, boom. And Eurovision Song Contest is linked here, but we're not going to click it just yet.
Oh, no?
No. Don't you want to look on the page and see if they mention...
I'm still typing the name of this thing into my spreadsheet here. So it's a long title.
You just do it.
All right, sure. They might mention it.
Copy paste.
No, it's the wrong font and everything gets messed up.
So under the see also at the bottom, there is
don't even.
See also.
Oh, see also. Okay, see also is fine. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Apology accepted.
Okay.
So under the see also, there is a link to Iceland in the Eurovision Song Contest. So
that won't help us. That's because they were. That's who the story was about. But we don't want that. We want Norway. We do have have Alexander Rybak, the Norwegian winner of the 2009 contest and representative in 2018.
Also, at the bottom, it does say under the in popular culture section, in the same year, the Norwegian representative Tix gained publicity over showing affection for the Azerbaijani representative, blah, 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 Samiri Effendi, throughout the time at their contest. Tix was seen singing Ya Ya Ding Dong as a love sage for Effendi, which is the song from the movie.
I see.
But if he was the 2021 Norwegian singer for the Eurovision, then that's certainly a possibility. Unless you want to go through Eurovision generally.
Yeah. So my concern is that if we get into, you're saying go through that particular individual.
Yes, because he was the Norwegian representative for 2021. And if Subwoofer was 2022's Norwegian representative, there's probably a pretty good chance, rather than the more broad Eurovision idea, because that's going to have however many countries and however many people who sang for those countries. I don't know that it's going to mention Subwoofer directly. Whereas if we go through the narrower target of Norwegian Eurovision Song Contest participants, that's a better thing.
Yeah, I would agree. What I wouldn't go through is Eurovision Song Contest 2021.
I agree,
because I would be concerned that we would get too stuck on there. But if you want to go through that performer, Tix, Andreas Andersen Hokeland.
There you go.
I say let's do it. Let's give it a try.
And it may be pronounced Tix. Who knows?
It might be. Yeah.
But there we are.
TIX. So that's where we're going to.
That's right.
Oh no. And oh no. This is a short. Oh no, it's not that short of a page. Sorry. Okay. I thought it was a very short page.
There you go.
So what are we going to see here? He has Tourette syndrome. Okay. He was part of Paradise Hotel.
Hence the name.
Oh, Tix. There you go.
All right.
So that makes more sense.
I've got. This is interesting.
What do you got?
This is very interesting. All right. Okay. So Matt, I need some clarification from you, because as you know,
yes,
settled in law is the section called external links is verboten, and I accept that. I don't agree with it, but I accept it as settled law.
Okay.
Now, and you remember from earlier on the Jack Black page,
yes,
where they were talking about the prior MTV Movie Awards host and the subsequent MTV. It was under a section called external links.
Yes.
If you scroll down, there is a similar box.
Yes.
For our friends here in the Norway in the Eurovision Song Contest, where they show it was preceded by Ulrich with attention and succeeded by Subwoofer with Give That Wolf a Banana. Now, even though it's the same box, there's no label that says external links. I think we found a loophole here, Matt. I think we found our path to victory. We should take it without thinking too hard about it.
You know what, Jethro? I'm going to say okay.
Yay! We did it!
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Subwoofer. It's all the way at the bottom in what would normally be labeled external links, but thanks to my quick editing of Wikipedia. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, no. Thanks you did it? You're the one. Oh, you did it.
Subwoofer. Yay!
Look at that. Genres, pop, electropop, and EDM. So they are not considered comedy in any way.
Oh, wow.
Stop laughing at them. They are not funny. So sure was I that this would be a quick jaunt.
Yeah.
This was our longest walk of the season.
Was it now?
It was.
I'm very shocked by that. Very, very shocked.
It was.
What did you guess there?
Well, I guessed significantly lower than the 8 that it took us to get here. Yikes. I guessed 3, which is kind of an 8 if you cut it in half.
I guessed 4.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Because I was slightly less optimistic than you were, but I was still pretty optimistic because 4 is a lower guess for me. But wow, we screwed the pooch on that one.
I thought about 4 and I was like, no, I think we're going to get there really fast. Let's go 3. But they're not comedic. That's the thing that tripped us up, right? This isn't, they don't consider themselves comedic, right?
Brett so it might be a liar.
It might be fun. Well, it is funny, but it's not, they don't consider themselves to be that. So there you go. So that's why they're not listed that way. That's why they aren't connected to Weird Al in any way. And that's why it took us so long to get here. But we did get here. So that at least is good. We did make it. And folks, we've given you a lot to think about this week.
We really have.
I mentioned the holidays are coming up. It's that winter season. Things are getting cold outside, but don't let them get cold inside. Okay, keep that spirit alive. Keep that warmth in your heart, and let Second City squeeze it out all over the stage. Okay.
There we go. Yeah. I tell you, you know what I'm going to do right after this.
What's up?
I'm going to listen to Give That Wolf a Banana.
Do it. Listen to that, and then go look at the UK commercials for the various stores for Christmas over the past 5 or 6 years. You'll get a kick out of it.
Excellent.
Hey everybody, Matt Hartman here again for Drunkard's Walk. Thanks so much for listening. A big thank you, of course, to Jesse L.E. for our theme music and Nick Harmio for our artwork. And a remander to you to go give us a rating or review on iTunes, wherever you're listening to your podcast. Check out our link tree. That's linktr.ee/drunkardswalk. You're looking for that perfect holiday gift for that best friend of yours. Well, why not a Drunkard's Walk t-shirt or mouse pad or, I don't know, something else from TeePublic? Go ahead and check that out. And we really appreciate you listening. We hope that you're enjoying it, and we'll be back next week. See you then.